Hello, Internet. My apologies if things seem kind of noisy. Stuff's going on in my house right now. And I'm also like hells of annoyed because those beautiful bead art creations I was doing, some of the really crappy ones got mixed up with the good ones. And I was doing some and it was all like falls apart and it's all shiny and gross and melty. So my collection has kind of been depleted, which makes me sad. But I got a new iron. It's really nice. I just need to not have the crappy beads hanging out with the good beads and messing everything up. It's just really, really frustrating. So, Dave was helping. Jade needs to go downstairs. Poof. I'm just going to cut right to the chase and upgrade your alchemitor so you can avoid a lot of bullshit. I'll give you some codes and you can punch cards and slip them into jumper blocks, which are really the exact same codes you first gave me when we upgraded my alchemitor, which seems like a hell of a long time ago. It does, doesn't it? Yeah, but it kind of literally is for me. How long? A few days, I guess. Okay, that's not that long. Whatever. Deploy and upgrade. Yay! Jade, get off of that thing. Oh, she said yay, and I said yay, so we are the same person. Oh god, hurry up and alchemize stuff. Go, 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 go! Hey, calm down. Just because it's snowing outside doesn't mean it's Christmas yet. There are still plenty of things to do before we bother with that sort of nonsense. Take a deep breath, put the cards down, and relax. Dave, wake up. You already woke up when Jade fired her rifle a foot and a half from your eardrum and then disappeared. This idiot here is knacking it up with your eye shades. Someone is pestering you directly into his brainless reptilian face. Well, his startle reflex isn't that bad. How could he have been comfortable sleeping on that pile of pseudorangs? I think that's what they were called. Ouch. Retrieve shades. Doof. Yeah. Step off. You decide he can keep the sword, though. And answer Rose. Holy shit. Tentacle Therapist, TT, began pestering Turntake Godhead, TG. Hi there. Knack, knack, knack. Don't mind me. I'm just waiting for that guy on the pile of sharp objects to wake up. The glasses are talking again. Knack, 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 knack. If you don't stop knacking, I will turn you into a thorn bush. Hey, what just happened? You fell asleep. Orange Bird Dave killed some monsters and flew away. Jade fired a bullet at an imp and vanished. And you woke up. Oh yeah, so she's here then? Yes. Is she okay? What was going on there? Yes, she's fine. I guess I should catch up with her. You already are. I am. Future you is. Oh, okay, time travel's involved. That's all you needed to say. Everything's cool and under control then. How was the nap? Weird, kind of boring. I was in your dream room for a while spying on you, being all creepy and dream duplicitous and shit. It's okay. I was being similarly awake duplicitous. What's with your book collection? Or dream book collection? All your books are bizarre and terrible. No, my books are great. I can recommend some good titles for you next time you're asleep. Nah. But yeah, I understand. Defending your collection, I guess. If you were in my dream room and talking shit about my awesome dream portraits of Dream Stiller and Dream Snoop or whatever, we'd have to have a fucking talk. Did you do anything on the moon besides rifle through my belongings? Such as remove your shades and turn your gaze ringward, by any chance? Oh, yeah, I did. What did you see? Horrible things. Horrible, terrible? Yeah, it was like peering through the dark portal of an eldritch red lobster and scoping out its all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. And when I saw them, their voices became clearer. What were they saying? I couldn't really focus on anything specific, but in totality, I'm pretty sure it was like a plea for help. Rose can float. That's good. No, it was disturbing, so I slapped my shades back on, went and perved up some sleeping girl's room to take my mind off of it. That's like the worst way to put it, Dave. Oh, incestuous babies. It means they're reaching out to you. Oh god, why would I want that? I'm not about to get molested by calamari with fucking teeth. Use your powers on, like, stroke a mummy's paw or some horseshit and open a dark channel, tell them to keep their lecherous flagella to themselves. You're going to have to help them, even if you don't like them. They're being massacred. Presently, already, and still to come. What's that mean? It means time doesn't work rationally out there, nor does space. But that doesn't change the reality of the threat. Who cares if they're getting killed? They're hideous and obnoxious. You're underestimating the nature of the threat. At this point, the threat isn't to our session or any given universe. It's to the perpetuation of reality itself. You wouldn't be saving them, per se. You'd be saving everything. Oh, okay, cool. David's like, alright, cool, neat. It's funny that reality is kept by eldritch abominations. I would think that, like, unmaking would be kept by eldritch abominations. Creation seems like something that needs a more controlled form of chaos, if you know what I mean. It's pretty high up there, wow. They've revealed some of their secrets to me already, and given me a few errands to run. This is why you might have observed some unusual behavior from me. Oh shit, you're kidding. No, really, are you serious? I didn't even notice. Fuck, mind equals blown. Once these convulsions of explosive laughter subside and finish rocking my very foundation, I might point out that you haven't really been as astute as you're implying. You've deliberately fogged your vision your entire life with ironic eyewear while awake, and while asleep, though perfectly alert, you've chosen to ignore your surroundings. But now that you've seen them, you have a choice to make. Okay. They will only tell me so much. They're like an audience with the Prince of the Moon as well. We are like the emissaries to what lies beyond the small bubble in their unfathomable dark foam. Durst skirts its edge, and during its lunar eclipse, something like that, we graze it, and that's when their intent for us becomes clear. I'm doing my part, but they have a mission for you as well. What am I supposed to do? Listen to them. My understanding is they will teach you how to navigate the inevitable. The result should be a map. Like a treasure map? No. Something a little more astronomical. Like a star chart with no stars, hence the challenge. Why? To plot a course through the furthest ring. Plot a course to what? Oh, I see what's coming. The power source of the first Guardians. Oh, right, the green sun, okay. Wait, sorry, I mean the green sun, my bad. Yes, that's much better. What's the deal with this thing? I mean, aside from giving Jade's dog his devil powers, and by extension, I guess, Jack. What's the deal with it? Yeah. I don't know that there is a deal with it, beyond the deal you just described. It is what it sounds like. A huge sun out in the literal middle of nowhere, and it is bright green. It is simply the green sun. How big? I need a sense of scale here. Is it like the size of our sun? Or bigger? Or is it only as big as, like, planet fucking Jupiter? It is nearly twice the mass of our universe. Okay, that's pretty fucking big. See how important that contextualization was? Now I know how fucking impressed I should be. I mean, holy shit, that's huge. Happy I could help. So, okay, I make a map to this thing with the help of a million rambunctious, gross tentacle mutants, and then I guess we go there for some reason? Yes. Why do we need a map? Can't they just tell us what direction it's in, point a spaceship that way, blast off to adventure? No, the geometry of the furthest ring is too complex. Remember, its space-time is labyrinthine. Labyrinthine? In fact, it's not really accurate to call it space-time at all, since it is outside the domain of any created universe, where those properties have become instantiated and stabilized. I can kind of get that time is messed up there, with like loops and causality paradoxes and shit like that, being the night of time here. Not really sure why navigating this space would be a problem, though. Space isn't my thing, remember? What is it, like, full of wormholes or something? It depends. The greater the distance you travel through it, the less reliably time flows. And the more time you spend in it, the less reliably space behaves. Time and space aren't as different as you might think. I thought you weren't supposed to know shit about either, seeing as you're the seer or whatever that means. I think it means I'm supposed to know shit about the big picture, which includes tidbits like that. But the insides of my shoes stay free from the grit of the minutiae. You say minutiae in the singular, dear. You think you meant minutiae. Fair enough. So I take my map and fly to this thing. No, I do. Okay, you fly to it. Then what? That depends on if John is successful. I like this. Crazy FaceTime shenanigans. You mean with the quest you're sending him on? Yes. Is there anything you do that's not sending dudes on quests? Nothing whatsoever. So he's got to get the cancer out of Skya, right? Yes, the tumor. Yeah, so what's the tumor do? I mean, the tumor. Jesus, can we stop with the fancy colored text bullshit? I guess so. I thought it was more fun that way. Well, okay, you can keep doing it then. Thanks. HTML and HTML. The tumor is quite a large growth at the center of the battlefield. He won't be able to remove it without fully realizing his abilities. Okay, cool. What is it? Can you promise you won't tell him? It would probably make him more nervous than he needs to be if he knew. Okay, I won't tell anything. Say anything. Just tell me. It's a bomb. Ooh. It is set to detonate precisely when the reckoning ends. That is how long we have to put this plan into motion. What the hell is a bomb doing in there? It could be a feature of any session not meant to bear fruit. A means to wipe out a null session rather than leaving it lingering in paradox space for eternity. Or it could be a mutation specific to our session. I really don't know. First time for everything, I guess. Seriously, where'd you get all this info? Did you get it all from the gods? Are these just a bunch of orders you're following? Not exactly. They've urged me in certain directions and guided my exploration. I've obtained some answers from them, but ultimately this idea is mine. Plus, I have other sources. One in particular has been quite illuminating. What? I've been referring to him as an informant when people ask, which isn't often. What, you mean a troll? No. It's a man who exists in another universe. He wants to die. Sounds like a really credible dude. Sign me in for trusting everything he says. Only as credible as the omniscient tend to be. Oh, so he knows everything. Yeah, I think that's what omniscient means. But maybe I'll ask him about that, since he's the omniscient one. Even if he is omniscient, which he probably isn't, what if he's just lying? He says he doesn't lie. For some reason, I believe him about that. He's a convincing fellow. Why does he want to die? He no longer has a purpose now that he's done everything required to summon his master. As a first guardian, he's completely indestructible. Well, almost completely. Wait, what? His power is derived from the same source as Earth's guardian, and conveniently that of our nemesis as well. Okay, I get it now. When John delivers the tumor, and I do mean the tumor, I, and I alone, will navigate the furthest ring, and I will destroy the sun. By which I do mean the green motherfucking sun. In case it wasn't clear, I won't be coming back. Rose, you been chatting it up with the doc? Did he happen to mention his little friend? I mean, he mentioned his master, but did he mention him specifically? You guys are, like, really getting entangled in things that your 13-year-old minds shouldn't be getting entangled in. Oh, fuck. Suicide mission? Are you serious? No, bullshit. That's not happening. Hey, look, suddenly everything we talked about was useless because it's time to make a plan that doesn't fucking suck. Let's not be so dramatic. I was talking about my dream self. She's the one who won't be returning. Oh. Haha, yeah, that's fine, I guess. Those fuckers are all kinds of mad expendable. Way to leave me hanging there. For someone who's saying, let's cool it on the drama, the whole I won't be coming back thing is a pretty theatrical bombshell, for future reference. That's true. Your outburst was pretty sweet, though. Yeah, I know. So when do I do my thing? Make this map, which I guess is just like a solid black piece of paper. It's gonna be fucking stupid, isn't it? If there's one thing you have more than any of us, it's time. So, whenever you'd like. As long as, conventionally speaking, it's quite soon. Alright, so dog it as long as possible, then travel back to about now and go to sleep? Sure. And if you have trouble getting to sleep, maybe you can ask your patron troll to trick the telepathic one into putting you to sleep again. What? Each of us seems to have a troll infatuated with helping us. Haven't you noticed? No. What about the psychopath who's currently helping you? Oh yeah, Terzi? No, she's cool. Isn't that camaraderie blossoming into some sort of interspecies whatever? It's blossoming into an interspecies partnership and incredibly shitty cartooning. What do you mean get her to trick someone into putting me to sleep again? When did that happen? Just now. Who did that? That would be John's patron troll. God, fucking trolls. Too many of them. Can you keep track of this shit? Which one is yours? Is it the absurd juggalo one? That would be hilarious. There's a juggalo one? Yeah, see what I mean? She's contacting me now, actually. Oh, okay. Well, I'm suddenly not interested, so go talk to your fairy god troll. I'll be over here paving the way for your elaborate dream suicide. When I feel like getting around to it, I mean. Thanks. Later. Turn tech godhead, TG. Cease pestering tentacle therapist, TT. So who's Jade's patron troll? Carcat? I feel kind of bad for her. Anyway, until he shapes up. Answer fairy god troll. Grim Auxiliatrix, GA, began trolling tentacle therapist, TT. Since the gap between your present moment and the implementation of your mystifying self-destruction continues to narrow, this will be the last conversation in which I attempt to talk you out of it nicely. I explain this. The intent isn't true self-sacrifice. First of all, you're underestimating the gravity of a dream death. It's a pretty serious thing, okay? And dream selves are important to a person in ways that aren't always obvious. I think you're being frivolous, but that's not really the sentiment reinforcing the exoskeleton of my argument. Soon you will be blacked out of Trollion's viewport. And I have no explanation for this. And neither do you. So I'll just assume the worst, and you should too. Are you sure it's not because I'm sleeping? I've seen you sleep before. You are just asleep on screen. Peaceful and harmless, and posing no threat to anyone. Unless I guess you are up to mischief in your dreams, which I cannot rule out. Actually, that's probably what you do in your sleep. What was I thinking? Shh. What? Blah, blah, blah. Right, sorry. I'm saying this is a special case. It is foreboding and disconcerting, and you are being reckless. You're right, I can't explain why I go dark on your monitor. But I'm confident in my plan. I have it under control. Your hubris is really astonishing. Easily twice the mass of a universe, I think. That it hasn't collapsed upon itself into a tiny lavender singularity is the most striking marvel Paradox Space has coughed up yet. Maybe it did? Maybe it did? Why is that a question? I don't know how to phrase that as a question. Maybe it did? Maybe that's when I went wrong. Maybe that's what went wrong. We figured it out. No, please stop. Humor won't deflect my really big and important tirade, okay? You are investing too much confidence in evil gods who oppose Skaya and your true purpose, and I can't abide that. And as difficult as this is for me to confess, I think your plan is very dangerous, and so are you. Oh? Yes, and I'm afraid I am going to have to devote all my efforts to stopping you. I'm sorry to hear that, Kanya. What did you have in mind for this new and exciting adversarial phase of our relationship? I'm so glad you asked. You see, I have been training a powerful wizard. Oh, Christ. Kanya, what are you doing? What are you doing? Yes, your shout pole is like a tower broadcasting your fear across the ring, and you are right to be afraid. I have commissioned none other than the legendary Prince of Hope, and I am teaching him the ways of white sorcery. I have observed your methods, and you will come to the most unwelcome realization that all of your guile and cunning has finally backfired. This noble magician of pure light will serve as the counterpoint to your arcane debauchery. He will hunt you down, and goodness and hope will prevail. Is it too late to throw myself at your mercy? Yes, it's much too late for that. The two of them flirt so spectacularly. Eridan, what are you? I see.
It's 5 o'clock.
Then clearly I will have to prepare for this soul-sundering duel, whilst making my own funeral arrangements. Oh yes, I do believe securing a corpse box would be prudent, fitted to dimensions suited to your myriad of unassembled leaky body parts in aggregate. What will herald the arrival of this swift and righteous thaumaturge? Will I be blinded by the fearsome lashes of light riveting from the incandescent coastline of his beauteous aura? Should I borrow my friend's sunglasses? Yes, definitely. Definitely do that. Wait, I hope that wasn't too emphatic. Maybe at this point I should clarify this is all a big joke. Yeah, I was getting that. You don't always have to tip your head, Kanya. You were doing well. I was. Okay, great. I think what I find most challenging about human insincerity-based humor is the degree of commitment to the fantasy which is apparently requisite. We take it very seriously. I mean to say, the gesture of hostility in this case was the joke. I did in fact train this character. I made him a wand to shut him up. Wait, you did? Really? He wouldn't stop harassing me for your secrets. That's incredible. Well done. He's the one with a royalty complex and speaks with all the extra V's and W's. Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about from the start. Okay. I must say, this little project pleases me. Do keep me apprised. Is that a... I don't know that word. Do keep me apprised of all further developments. Okay, I will. At least until my looming grimdark death steals me away. Yeah, that. It's still something that I don't really want to joke about. I hope that came across as a sincere statement. Tavros is now her fairy god role? Okay. It's a fairy god role. Tavros would love that. Adios Torador AT began trolling Garden Gnostic GG. Hey, Jade. Oh, hi. I remember you. You talked to me a lot in my dreams. Yeah, but now I'm talking to you being awake because your robot can't type because it had an explosion. Yep, that's because my dream self died pretty catastrophically. No, I'm definitely pretty sorry to hear that. Thanks, but I think I'm okay. I felt pretty shaken up at first, though. Yes, I did too. I spent so long sleeping and dreaming and playing on Prospect that being awake was made to feel weird, and I didn't like it for a while. Yeah, I've done a lot of sleeping myself. Oh, yes, I know, but I saw you. You were awake a lot too. After a certain moment, I spent just about every waking hour being asleep. Wow, why did you sleep so much? It was just a better way to be. More peaceful and fun, and I guess there was something that happened that was incredibly terrible and sad and made me feel terrible and sad and sleepy, so I slept a lot. Tavros, that sounds like depression. Oh no, what happened? It was so terrible. I prefer that thing I want to talk to you about not turn into that topic. Okay, sorry for prying. What did you want to talk about? I wanted to ask you permission. I would have asked permission the first time, but at the time you were not able to give it, or talk or anything. Permission for what? To commune with your Lucis. With Beck? What do you mean by commune? And what do you mean the first time? You did it before? Yeah, it means to talk to him and suggest you do something which is good for him and also for people he likes. Oh, like a psychic power? Yes. Pretty sweet. When did you do it before? Oh, very recently, personally speaking. It sounds like it would have been really difficult. But for you, it was very long ago. And you shouldn't be playing with guns. And it was a really good example, I think, of exactly why wigglers should not be allowed to dual-wield flintlock pistols. What? He has a point. Oh, shoot. She almost shot herself. So, I did the liberty of communing with your Lucis, which I hope wasn't out of line. But like I said, you were unavailable, by which I mean unavailably small. Beck, why did you warp the gun there? Well, I guess being that he was under Tavros' control.
So then I communed him to use his amazing powers to intervene and reroute the projectile away from the path that would have harmed you. And also, as a wonderful bonus and coincidence, it happened there was a felon on your property. Oof. It was, I think, surely an aging rogue who was very much keen on intruding between your really nice-looking family. And as the fortune would have it, the small missile was redirected into the senior interloper's chest, and he died.
Oh my god. That wasn't a senior interloper. I'm pretty sure you're talking about my grandpa.
Oh.
And if I'm interpreting correctly, you're saying you used Beck to make me shoot him? Oh, that's so awful.
What's a grandpa?
Oh boy. Okay, it is basically an old man who serves the same role, I guess, as Elusus does on your planet. He was like my dad. He took care of me.
Whoa. That is a really weird cultural thing, I guess. Sorry then about my cultural ignorance.
Well, I'm not blaming you or anything. It sounds like you were just trying to help. And you did save my life, but... I mean, jeez. Talk about a misunderstanding.
Well, now I feel very stupid, but I don't think I will give in to bad self-esteem about this. It's important to stay confident about stuff, don't you agree?
Sure?
And I think this is a good opportunity for us to bond and become closer in an emotional way, probably.
It is?
Oh, yes. See, the funny thing is, I also killed my Lucis by accident. I mean, my Lucis that was a little fairy bull, not an old man with a huge gun.
Oh no, how did that happen?
I murdered him inappropriately with a 4-wheel device.
What kind of device?
Like, the kind basically for cripples to sit in and roll around.
Oh, you mean a wheelchair?
I guess that's a way to call it.
How did that happen?
Well, I was sitting in it, being crippled like usual, and he got under the wheel in his nap.
I'm so sorry. Also, I didn't realize you were paralyzed. Not that I'm saying sorry for that. That would be rude, I think. I'm just saying sorry for your loss.
Oh, it's okay on both things. He came back to life for a while and could talk, and that was fun. And also, I'm not paralyzed anymore.
Oh?
No, I have robot legs, and I feel great, and I can walk.
Wow, nice.
Oh yes, it is truly nice. I am a new and different guy, mostly. Being not physically handicapped is most certainly the key to having high self-esteem.
That... I don't know if I agree with that.
Oh, absolutely. Take it from me as what fact is true. And now, I feel emboldened to do bold things that heroes should do. Like, save the life of a pretty girl, and kill the fiendish old man who, whoops, wasn't fiendish and you loved him. Sorry.
Well, that's good, I guess. I just wish maybe you told me what happened when I was younger. I spent years wondering about it. When I was really young, I was sure the doll sitting across from him did it. And for a long time I was terrified of the evil blue girl. She sort of haunted my childhood and I had trouble sleeping for a long time. But of course I got older and realized that was silly, but then I just speculated maybe it was suicide. Which was just a really sad thing to think about.
Wow, yeah. I totally blew that then. I guess I could still tell you about it in your past.
But even if you do, I don't remember you doing so.
Oh, then I guess I won't.
Okay.
But yeah, irregardless, this is likely to be exactly the kind of thing not to stand in the way about good feelings about myself. I mean, I saw that your Lucis saved you anyway, in advance, and I just wanted to make it possible so that I was the one involved with being the hero there, to save you, like, to put myself in your story in a brave capacity, because that's what feeling good and positive about yourself is all about. Oh, Tavros. You have just been kicked down so many times. I think it's ruined your ability to understand shit.